I'm Lauren Hayes, CEO of Hayes Enterprise Limited and City Boss for Hayes City. Our department has all your animal feeds, fertilizer, household and farming chemicals and all other farming supplies. At Hayes City Wholesale Supermarket, we have all your food, beverages, household, haberdashery and cosmetic requirements at both wholesale and retail prices and is equipped with an internet cafe and stationery supplies. We boast a reliable money remittance through Western Union and an ATM machine to satisfy all your money transactions and bill payments. Our lounge, the Skybox Lounge, is equipped with pool tables, ice hockey and all your gaming needs in a relaxing and cool atmosphere. Contact us at 994-318829, fax 994-3914, or just email us at ihaylord@yahoo.com. Hayes City, the one-stop shopping center.
You are listening the best of Internet Gospel Station on DCM Radio Jamaica. I am Professor Colin O'Jarrett. Stay with DCM Radio forever. Ah, the breath of fresh air.
Hi there, this is Joan Pinkney, counseling psychologist. You're listening to DCM Radio Jamaica. Keep it locked.
As you can see, you know where you're at. We're at Negril. This is a morning meditation segment show. And I'm Reverend Fitzroy Williams, and it is brand new. You cannot afford not to see it. Now listen, I want you to tell your friends, your family, send out the link to as much person as you can, because it is back. The morning meditation show segment. With me, your host, Reverend Fitzroy Williams. Looking to see you. Bye-bye. Welcome back, welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in to the morning meditation segment show with me, your host, Reverend Fitzroy Williams. Really having some difficult challenges this morning with our internet connection. Not sure what really is responsible for that, but we're hoping that we can get through this broadcast this morning. I probably will have to do that program again for you. And we apologize for that. We have an interview coming up, and I am hoping that we'll be able to do this interview also without the constant interfering of the internet. It's really, really bad. It's really, really bad. We're trying to see how best I can adjust the system to allow for a smooth flow of the broadcast. Well, in the meantime, just want to thank all the persons who have tuned in and just continue to watch this broadcast here. We're making all the adjustment to accommodate a smooth flow with the broadcast. And so we're trying to see how best we can get you a good quality. In the meantime, I just want to thank all the persons who came out yesterday and support our worship service yesterday. Wonderful time in church yesterday. Yeah, man, awesome time. And we give God thanks for the wonderful time that we had in His presence, just lifting Him up and just magnifying Him and give Him thanks for His goodness. And we look forward to go through this week. And I want to encourage all of us just to be in prayer. Yes, as we see the Lord, just be in prayer and to trust Him for what He continues to do. Remember, He remained faithful, and we know that God is able to do exceedingly, abundantly, above all that you and I can think or ask. So we just need to continue to trust Him. One of these days, I want to be sharing with you about, working faith. And I'm not going to be using anything outside of my experience and what I've read in the text, what I've applied, how it has worked. I'll demonstrate that with my testimonies to be backed by the instruction of the scriptures. Work in faith. There's something powerful about faith, how it works, and we have to continue to exhibit that and to allow God to work within our lives and to help us to improve our lives on a day-to-day basis. Now, as you know, we have been working to improve what we have here at Disciples Covenant Ministries, and we're looking forward to doing more things for God. It is very challenging, but God is making a way for us to be able to serve, and we look forward for doing that each time we get the opportunity to do that. I promised you that I was going to give you a little sneak view, a sneak view, is that what they call it? Sneak view into our new facilities. And of course, persons who are wanting to use our boardroom for meetings, yes, it can be made available to you. Of course, I remember some years ago when we just started here, And one of the things that we had to do, we had to go to Guysdale High School whenever we wanted to have our meetings. We have to go there for meetings, and we thank God that they had made their area available for us to use. Other than that, we would have not had anywhere to meet. So we thank God for them and for their faithfulness in allowing us to do that. So now that God has afforded us a reasonable place that we can have meetings, I believe it's only in order for us also to make that space available for others to be blessed by it. All right. I'm seeing all the messages. I'm seeing the messages. The internet is bad. Yes. I'm seeing that. Okay. Yes. Yes. Oh, ooh. A whole lot of stuff going on here that I am missing. A lot of requests coming in that I am missing. Let me see how best I can assist with some of these requests. Yes, let me get there quickly. All right, yeah, man. There's a whole lot going on in the studio this morning. I tell you, just pray. And of course, I say sometimes, we take some things for granted and we don't realize that the enemy is not joking. Oh no, he's not joking. He's very serious about what he's doing. And so we have to back what we do with prayer. And that's the only way we can guarantee the success of what we do if we remain prayerfully about it. All right. So I was making the point that I promised you that I would have given you a little sneak view into our studios, and yes, I'm going to do that. Um, so I'm going to give you a little view of the studio, and then I'll give you a little view of the conference or the boardroom, and just keep praying for us. All right. I'm multitasking here, and of course you can see that. I think maybe I could, in the meantime, go online and just to see what's happening there, how many persons are there, and what is it that they are saying. Okay, but I think our interview will come up about this time, so and maybe I will have to allow that to stay until after the interview. All right, after the interview, we can do that. Now, I'm really going to need my engineer here to be working with me to assist me as best as possible. So I'm going to go for a break, and then when we come back from the break, we are going to have that interview. So please stay with me as we go for that quick break, and then we'll be right back. Soon come.
Step inside Olivia's Beauty Palace, where you will find a wide range of items and services to suit your beauty needs. We supply chains, necklaces, perfumes, body sprays, soaps, bracelets, and a whole lot more. Our services include makeup services, manicures, pedicures, cornrows, and hair locking. Olivia's Beauty Palace. We define the beauty within you. Contact us on social media on Instagram at Olivia_BeautyPalace17. Email us at oliviabeautypalace@gmail.com. We are located at Shop 1 R&T Plaza, Guys Hill, St. Catherine. Contact us at 876-806-1719. Olivia's Beauty Palace. We define the beauty within you.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in. You're live on the morning meditation segment show with me, your host, Reverend Fitzroy Williams. Just want to thank you for tuning in wherever you are tuning in from across the world. Welcome and thank you. Well, this morning I have a very interesting person online, and we're going to be talking about mental health. And that is indeed a great concern, grave concern in our country. And I have online with me someone who has the expertise to talk about that. And she is none other than Mrs. Yulin Ayat Beckford. Mrs. Yulin Ayat Beckford, she is an associate clinical psychologist. And so we want to be having that conversation with her. Miss Ayat Beckford, good morning, and how are you?
I am fine. Thank you for asking. And how are you?
I am doing fine. We want to thank you so much for being here this morning.
Okay. Thank you for having me. And your listeners, good morning.
Yes, it's a pleasure. Now, Miss Ayat Beckford, we understand that mental health is a grave concern in our country. It's not something that is unique to Jamaica. It's right across the world, apparently. Um, how are we doing with that here in Jamaica?
I would want to say that over the past couple of years, we have been doing a little better. Persons are now reaching out to talk to somebody. So when we talk about mental health, we are talking about having an opportunity to realize that we have challenges and we need someone to help us along life journey with that. So we have been doing a little better. A couple of years ago, we weren't talking. No, we're doing a little better. There's much more to be done, but there's hope.
And can we say that mental health is associated with anything in particular that people can mitigate or deploy preventative measure?
When we really talk about mental health, according to WHO, realizes his or her abilities, and they can cope with normal stresses of life. And the person is supposed to be able to work productively and fruitfully and make a contribution to their community. When this is not happening, then we are gonna fail.
Chances are this might be an ongoing thing that we will have in our country.
And one of the things persons need to recognize is that stress is good too. So we have good stress and we have bad stress. It's a bad stress that we are saying, reach out to somebody. Reach out to somebody.
But usually, Miss I.F. Beckford, when persons are, I wonder how often this person knows that they are in that area of mental illness. Is it something that a person can detect, or someone will have to diagnose it for them?
It can go both ways. Persons can know by themselves if they know who they are and how they normally operate, and then they start to recognize that I am not getting up in the morning. I don't have this drive. I don't have the ability to do what I used to do. I don't have fun anymore. Sorry. So when they recognize that these are not going as they should, they can reach out. And working within a community, whether it's work, sorry about that, school, yes, or church, persons will know you and recognize that you're not operating at the level you normally operate at. And they will come and say, Mrs. Beckford, what's happening? This is not your usual. You're coming to work late. You're normally here early. You normally do so and so. How can we help to make you better? So those are some of the avenues that we can take.
Wow. So you're saying that there are signals that will indicate that someone is actually experiencing mental health issues.
That's right. There's always signals. Just like sometimes we just ignore them or chop it off to something else happening. But there are always signals. Something is always going down. We just need to be more in tune with our body.
You mentioned earlier that some of the causes, stress and work-related stuff, but then we want to understand what are some of the defects. What can this thing lead to?
Very good question. It leads to anxiety, panic attack, person not functioning, persons developing extensive stress, not doing as they could or should be doing because the body is not regulated in the place that it should be regulated.
Has it ever, do you have reports of death that has resulted from this?
Can you repeat that for me? You went offline a while ago.
Yes, I'm asking, has there been any report of death resulting from mental health issues?
There's report, I think one of the most recent popular ones that we heard was the lady, the Miss Universe contestant that had issues and she committed suicide a couple of weeks ago. So that's one of them. And then we heard, I think it was last week or the week before, a judge down in the West committing suicide. We don't know all the details, but from what the news report said, there was some stresses in their lives.
Wow. Oh, this thing is really serious. A listener online asks if there is a particular group that is most likely to have this, or it's a general symptoms for everybody.
Sorry, this is life.
Yes.
And along life's pathway, anything can happen to anybody.
Wow.
You know, stress don't have a class, you don't have a status, you don't have an uptown, you don't have a downtown. Anybody can be stressed, anybody can be mentally challenged. As one of my colleagues would say, but God. But God.
So if this is the way it is and anyone can be affected, I would imagine that from your work, where are some of the places that people could get help, you know, for those who are listening?
There's help available almost in every parish. In every parish, there's a mental health clinic. If there's not in every parish, there's one in the adjoining parish. And along with being in almost every health centers, we have some online places that persons can go. We have the mental health and suicide helpline, and that number is 888-639-5433. We have a safe spot that persons can go to, and that number is 876-439-5199. And then we have another line called You Matter, and that number is 876-383-4897. Your hospital is there, your health centers are there, persons can reach out to somebody in these spaces, and if they don't have what you need, they will refer you to another spot that has it.
Wow, a lot of places where people can get help. Ms. Beckford, I believe that from what you have indicated, we could have people with mental health issues in our churches, in our schools, in just about everywhere.
They are there, and sometimes persons are under the guise that persons have to have
them when they are evident.
Go in a friendly way that people care.
That's right. That's right.
And just to register it of mental illness, it's not the absence of mental illness that automatically qualifies person as the presence of mental health. So what are we looking for? We're looking for persons, some characteristics we're looking for persons being contented. Yes. We're looking for relationships that are healthy. Healthy relationship, no, that you can have quarrel. Teeth and tongue will meet. It's how we make up and move along. Then we're looking for how person engaged in their work. Are they actively engaged? Are they finding joy in doing their duties? Are they able to find purpose in their life? Are we able to have physical, all in all, are it lining up?
Hide really what's happening on the inside, thinking that it is in their best interest and in the best interest of others. But what you're indicating here, it might not be in anybody's best interest.
No. You see, we have to overcome the culture of shame. Normally, persons, as I said, we are working through it. Persons, if you talk, say you have certain things, you are discriminated, you are stigmatized. So that's one of the things that mental health is trying to do now, to make persons aware. There's no shame for having a problem.
Yes.
There's no shame there. There's no shame in having diabetes. There's no shame in having hypertension. What we do, we treat and we manage.
That's right.
And that's what we're saying with mental health. Persons are having a challenge, and we are here to treat and to help you manage to navigate the challenges that comes with it.
Wow. Wow. That is a lot for us to think about, Miss Beckford, a lot to think about. And I know probably within our private sector, within our public sector, there are different areas, different departments might experience greater level of stress, particularly soldiers and police and probably our nurses and probably teachers too. Those groups are always at the front end, you know, with people. And if you deal with people, you will have problems.
That's right. One or two together, there's going to be challenge.
There is going to be challenge. Unlike what the scripture says that there'll be blessing and good things happening, there'll be challenges. So before you go, go ahead.
Even we challenge ourselves, you know, enough time we talk to ourselves and so how did we do that? Why didn't we do so and so? So we talk to ourselves too and we berate ourselves. But the aim is not to stay there, to rise up from it and to practice good health.
Yes, yes. I have another question here. Let me see if I can take this question from this viewer. All right. Yes. All right. So the viewer wants to find out how can businesses with large employment workforce deploy help for their staff who probably having mental health issues that is work related or caused by from work related?
I will answer it this way. Last year, we partnered with a security group. That is a mental health unit in the Southeast region. We partnered with a security group and we went to different place of work and we have that conversation, place of work.
Yes.
This year so far, we are partnering with another major private group, and what we did and are doing is go into their workplace and have conversation with persons. Sometimes we do online where you have a larger mass. But what the organization said that going into each office, you get a smaller group and persons are able to express themselves a little more. So it's about partnering, reaching out to those who have the expertise and asking them to help you. I know Family Life Ministries has been working with some other groups. I remember a lady saying to me, their company utilize Family Life Ministries, and each staff have I think between 3 and 5 sessions per year.
Yes.
That they can go in and just do their thing, them the business. They just want to know it's there. It's about partnership and opening ourselves to what is available outside there.
Wow. And does your office, I realize that you cover the entire parish of St. Catherine, does your office provide personal services on request, if requested?
Yeah, man, we do that. I work from the Spanish Hospital and we have a counseling unit there. And we are always making ourselves available to organization or company, whoever calls us, that we make ourselves available to go in and have that conversation. And like this week is Mental Health Week, and we are celebrating Mental Health Week under the theme Community Supporting Mental Well-Being Together. So starting today, we are going into various places to share. Currently happening now, we are partnering with the Homeless Committee, and there are members of the mental health team out there helping to do a count of how much persons out there who are homeless. So we started the week yesterday with church service, and then this week now we are going into different activity, culminating on Friday, which is World Mental Health Day, and we are having a fair in the St. William Grand Park downtown. We're having a fair down there. So it's open to every and anybody. So we are going to be partnering with the municipal committee, the homelessness committee, and mental health and homelessness join forces on Friday in the St. William Grand Park.
Wow.
It's going to be great.
Absolutely. I can just imagine you have quite an amount of activities there for this week.
It is going to be a packed week.
All right. Well, the time is now 7:29, and you're listening to Mrs. Yulin Ayat Beckford. She's an associate clinical psychologist in the parish of St. Catherine, and she shared with us this morning about mental health. And interestingly, we are learning that mental health can be it can be on anyone. It's not for special people or a special thing. You just don't know what will trigger that. And of course, she shared with us as we celebrate Mental Health Week, a number of activities that will be unfolding. If you can be there, please go and learn as much as you can. You probably won't be able to use it for yourself, but definitely you never know when you have to deal with someone who has mental health issues. Mrs.
So true.
Mrs. Yulin Ayat Beckford, we want to thank you so much for being here. And you will not be a stranger to DCM Radio and DCM TV. We want to continue having this conversation. As a matter of fact, I think I'm definitely going to invite you to speak to that, because in Geisel, where we're located, there are a number of persons who are stressed differently. There were times gone by that we used to think that Geisel was a paradise and people don't have problem in Geisel, but that has changed, right? That has changed.
Even in paradise, there's too much milk and honey, and people will eat too much, so there's can be challenges.
You are right.
Oh my goodness.
So I will be in touch with you, and definitely will be inviting you to come and to share with us. I want to thank you so much for being here, and thank you for the work that you're doing in the parish of St. Catherine and for Jamaica, and by extension for those persons who are suffering with mental health issues. Thank you, and have yourself a wonderful day. Are there any final words you want to leave before you go, though?
There is, I just want to say, I want to remind everybody, according to the Ministry of Health, their tagline, there is no good health without good mental health.
Wow.
And remember, put God in it, and we are great to go. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for being here.
All right, and thank you much.
Bye-bye. Yes, my friend, absolutely amazing. That is Mrs. Yulin Beckford, associate clinical psychologist in the parish of St. Catherine, just sharing with us on mental health issue. And of course, I really want to again apologize to all of you who have been trying relentlessly to get in on the feed. All right, real bad. I understand. I'm really sorry for the bad feed that we're having this morning. We're going to try and see if we can tap though into some of the things that they're doing and see if we can bring something to you. We really apologize for that, and we hope that we will be able to fix this. We've been working very hard trying to resolve this problem, but it continues. Wow, it's now 7:32. And what a time it has been this morning for us. Let me see if I can take some of the comments from the social media areas. We want to talk to some of those persons who are there. Yes, I'm seeing the comment on the platform about the feed. Very bad feed this morning. Very, very bad feed this morning. We certainly apologize for that. No comment this morning. I do understand why, because the signal keep coming in and out. And so at this time, we want to make our exit. And I want to thank you so much for being here this morning. We will work on whatever is going on, even if it means get us some internet elsewhere, and to ensure that we have a proper internet connection. This has been the Morning Meditation Segment Show, and I am your host, Reverend Fitzroy Williams. I want to thank you again for notwithstanding the bad connection that you're experiencing, the stick-to-itiveness that you have exercised towards us in staying here. That is greatly appreciated. Until we meet again tomorrow, if the Lord tarries at 6 a.m., I'm hoping to be back with you with better quality. Yes, to make up for today. This has been the Morning Meditation Segment Show. Thank you for being here. Have yourself a wonderful rest of the day. Bye-bye.